What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Champions Corner podcast. We're coming to you live on the digital airways here. We're your favorite podcasters. I guess that's a word we can use. We're your favorite podcasters. I'm here with my good host, Lonnie. I'm here with my host, Crumpton. Fellas, how y'all doing?
Doing well.
Doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hey, man, it's a beautiful day here in Central Florida. You know, the sun is shining, the palm trees are blowing in the wind. You know, it just makes life better when you're in Florida.
Yeah.
Well, you only saw his face right now.
All right. Yeah.
Somebody's face. Hi, South Carolina, RC.
Hey, rainy, but it's great.
I hear you, man. It's it.
Got you.
Never forget where you come from, man. Never forget where you come from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Certain people.
Listen, I love where I came from, man. I'm all for it, man. I'm a Floridian now, so you know that's what I gotta do. That's what I gotta do.
I hear you.
No state tax. I mean, it's just better that way.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, guys, we got a lot to talk about. You know, like I said, we're coming to you live on the digital airwaves. We want you guys to do a favor, like, subscribe to this channel, become official member of the Champions Club. Share this on Facebook. We're live everywhere. Do us a favor and share this with your friends. Let's jump right into this. We have a lot to talk about, a lot to cover. A lot is going on in the world of professional wrestling. So the first order of business I want to get into, I want to talk about this new storyline that's just put a vice grip on the company so far. I want to talk about none other than the Bloodline.
Mm-hmm. Put them ones up.
I want to talk about the Bloodline. I want to talk about the newest member of the Bloodline. I want to talk about who's the tribal chief. We're gonna jump right into it. Let's jump right into it. Let's talk about the arrival of am I saying this right? Is it Tama Tonga? I want to make sure I say it right.
Tama Tonga.
Tama Tonga. Let's talk about this guy, Tama Tonga. What this guy is causing havoc.
Yeah, first day out. Man, beat up his own pretty much family and Jimmy. And the second episode, he got Kevin Owens bleeding all out the head. But it's a great introduction to him. It shows what Solo's really about and what he's trying to do while Roman's gone. I know what, and tell him when he's coming back. But Tama Tonga is showing a great side to a new bloodline for what it is right now, what it's building up to be. Because this thing the bloodline storyline been going for it since 2020, and it keeps coming in different variations. And this is a totally different variation, especially without Roman and Paul Heyman looking scared and unrelaxed than he usually is. Even with Roman, when he's scared about what Roman gonna do, he's like way worse than that. Now, he might go gray again. I don't know what's gonna happen. For what Tama Tonga do, this man ran into Kevin Owens' car, got him bleeding out the head. I mean, it's great. I'm ready to see where it goes.
You know, for me, I'm gonna take it a step further. In addition to that, is that what I like is the unpredictability about it. Right? When after Cody beat Roman at WrestleMania, The Rock came out on Raw and said he was going away. We had a feeling Roman was going to step away. The question was, what's going to happen? Who's going to step up? Or we're just going to have them kind of in the weeds until like Roman comes back and be like, hey, y'all not doing it right. I got to come back and correct us. But now we see a whole new evolution of this thing coming, man. And that's what makes it exciting. New faces, new stars. You seeing Solo being developed into a leader. He's talking more, wearing the suits. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, about that business. Hey, where's Kevin Owens? Take me to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, and that makes for interesting TV. And guess what? We don't know who else gonna get signed. Like, it's just right now, it's just two of them. Essentially, Jimmy's out, Jay's on Raw, Roman and Rock are away. So it's so much more there, so much meat on that bone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then the draft coming up.
Oh,
right.
So ain't no telling who gonna go where. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Man, it's crazy, man, because you know I'm one of the ones that I would like to say I like to be surprised. I like surprises, and I was definitely surprised to see how this is unfolding, how Tama Tonga just showed up and just basically laid waste to a member of the Bloodline. And now Paul Heyman is he picks up the phone to call the tribal chief, and what does Solo do? Solo takes the phone out of his hand and steps on it. Like, basically, we don't need the tribal chief. But you know what was interesting? I think back to WrestleMania, how in that match, Solo was basically, let's finish this, finish it now. He was basically, I can see how this kind of unfolded. What do you guys think about that? I think a seed was planted there at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but like what Roman said in the match, he's like, I know what I'm doing. I'm the tribal chief. I done brought you here. So, and that's why I think they're gonna have some differences. And I can't wait till Roman comes back to see how much it folds with that. But Solo, he named Solo as the next tribal chief. So Solo taking his spot early since Roman lost. And then with Jimmy losing, he had to make some changes. But the thing is, Solo ain't been winning the whole time. So what consequences he got coming to him? Because he said losing comes with consequences. But what consequences does he have? He done lost. So I guess he's saying in his mind is like, since I have lost also, but I'm making a comeback I'm putting this group to another level. I'm making us more vicious. Everybody gonna fear us, continue to fear us, even though we lost. But we lost 2 matches at WrestleMania, but he was still gonna fear us because I got somebody else coming in. He gonna put in work, and Tama Tonga is doing just that. First and second day out, he's putting in work. He done put late waste to his own family member, and Kevin Owens, who's been a nuisance to the Bloodline since forever, since 2020, when the Bloodline for real started. And so and like I said, if they add somebody else, which we kind of know what it's going to be, like everybody said, Jake Fire too, which is he going to wreck shop also, because if you've seen what he's done on the independent scene, it's a beast coming. And Tama Tonga did his thing in New Japan with the Bullet Club and on his own with the Gorillas of Destiny. Both of them with Solo is going to cause fear in the locker room.
I think what you got an interesting point, RC. You talk about losing has consequences. I want to take you back to almost a year ago. How Solo let's just say it's been planned for a long time for Solo. Let's take it back to Money in the Bank in London. If you remember that main event, it's a Bloodline Civil War, Usos versus Roman and Solo. Who got beat in that match?
Roman.
Exactly. So that was a big time match, right?
Yeah.
Now, of course, Roman went on to win after that, SummerSlam, and on and so forth. But to your point, Solo did lose some matches, but I don't think he lost in those big matches because he put a whooping on John Cena. You know what I'm saying? He lost some matches on SmackDown, so I think that could be his counterweight, if you will. When it really mattered, and when it always mattered for the Bloodline, but when it really mattered, y'all can get the job done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think maybe this is something that's building up over time. Maybe it just didn't happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? In his mind, from a story perspective. You know what I'm saying? But they haven't said that yet, so we don't know, really. So more to come on that, right?
Absolutely, more to come. And I want to know a few things. So this Friday on SmackDown, the interim tribal chief, as I would call him, he shows up looking fly, calling the shots, and he says, "This is my MFT." What's an MFT?
I saw something online. I don't know exactly what it means. It's something with my family tree.
I think I heard my family tree too.
Yeah. So I guess I'm saying you probably saw his name on the big tree they showed at that kickoff.
Right.
So if you look at Big Tree, I'm sure Tama Tonga names on there. So like I said, there's more branches to come from the tree. And so it's building up. He's building his family tree.
This thing is deep, man.
His branches from the tribal tree.
This thing is deep, man. So we made speculation about who we think is the tribal chief, man. But let's try to unpack that if we can for the next few moments. Who is the tribal chief? Is it The Rock in the background? Is it still Roman Reigns? Is it Solo? Or is it somebody we haven't seen yet?
So me, I'm gonna go off what I've seen so far. I think it's The Rock, and this is why. Everybody knew when Roman was the tribal chief, one of the things that he, that title was a big deal of that. Now, culturally, the tribal chief wears, the beads and whatnot. But the championship was a big deal of that. On the Raw after WrestleMania, The Rock says, when I come back, I'm coming back for you. I want that title. Everybody knows in the bloodline that title only belongs to Roman. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. So The Rock came up and said, well, he going to win it and get handed over to Roman? I don't think so. Maybe that's the plan. Maybe that's in the background. Maybe that's the plan in the background, right? Hey, you go win it back for me and then hand it to me. Kind of like, not like Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash, but you know what I'm saying? Not like that. But then why is The Rock? He's telling him not to call Roman. Now he took the phone, he smashed the phone, like you said, John. And I'm like, so I think The Rock's in the background pulling the strings. That's what I think.
I'm gonna say it's Solo, because I hate to say about The Rock, but he called himself the final boss. That's who he wants to be named. That's his branding right now for the past few months, or past month or so, 2 months, whatever. But
He still
this
calls
thing is
himself the final boss.
Yeah, that's what he is. And like I said before, Solo took that to heart when Roman told him he's next in line. So the tribal chief is the one who holds the titles. Roman lost the titles. He said he's next in line. He taking his spot. He put himself ahead, making decisions. Brought Tama Tonga, put Jimmy out, brought Tama Tonga in. That's a decision maker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tama Tonga told Paul Heyman, I'm doing this for the tribal chief orders. Who's making orders around there? Solo. He telling Tama what to do. Telling him put the chair down on last SmackDown. He took the chair away from put it down, and telling what Paul Heyman what to do.
Yeah.
So he the one standing in front.
Yeah.
He is.
So I think it's Solo.
That's a good point. That's a good point of view. I tend to lean more to the school of thought. I lean more to what Lonnie's saying. In the big scheme of things, the tribal chief is The Rock. In the big scheme of things, this is going to create major ripple through the Samoan family, right? Can you imagine? It might be like an epic civil war. Because this might cause. Because think about it. The Friday on SmackDown, we heard we want Roman chant. We want Roman. And Solo says, "Oh, now y'all want Roman Reigns."
Yeah, off mic.
Yeah,
sit up. Yeah.
And now y'all want the tribal chief. So I'm gonna lean more to it could be The Rock, but then I wouldn't be mad if it was Solo, because Solo getting a lot of heat right now.
Yeah. I want to add to that though. In the grand scheme of things, let's not forget, brothers, that initially the goal is still to get Rock and Roman one-on-one. That is still the goal. Now, in this instance, it may be like, because the final boss is so much of a diverse character, it's not your babyface Rock who comes out, cater to the fans, you know what I'm saying, get them to repeat things, and he fights someone. A heel Rock is so unpredictable, and it looks like it's not going to be a face Roman versus a heel Rock potentially. Is that WrestleMania 41 or is that WrestleMania 42? I don't know. But I think that's still the ultimate goal. They probably put that to the side because the fans like, no, we want Cody for this, And now, I think that's still the goal, though, to get to Roman versus The Rock, because I think that's the ultimate family match for them at this point in time anyway.
Yeah, but when is that going to happen?
Yeah,
Rock ain't coming back before next year WrestleMania, I don't think.
Yeah, probably not.
And he said he's going for Cody, so that's probably going to be the match right there. What does Rock and Roman come in at? Because it all depends on the draft also. We can't make no decisions until the draft really happens, because in draft, I think Cody going to stay on Raw. That early prediction for the draft. But I think Cody's staying on Raw, so especially for a Netflix deal, you want the biggest championship on Raw, for Raw on Netflix. So that's what I think that's going to start. and Rock gonna come back to that. And on SmackDown, it's gonna be the Bloodline. Because you gotta separate Cody and the Bloodline. Because if Solo don't go after Cody, then how you gonna cause yourself to be in charge without, like I said, or put the Bloodline on top?
Man, if this Bloodline go after Cody, it's a wrap.
Yeah, that's why I think they're gonna separate them.
Listen,
You gotta separate them.
I don't want no parts of Mr. Tony. I'm gonna call him Mr. Tama Tonga. I don't want no parts of you, sir. I want no parts of you, and whoever else you got in the family tree. I don't want no man. This guy is savage, man. Did you see the attack on Kevin?
Oh yeah,
man, this guy is savage.
It's something to see now. But like I said, wait till if they bring Jacob Fire 2 in, there's gonna be more of that.
Hey, bro, it's exciting. It's exciting, unpredictable. Let's think about it though. Let's think about this. Everybody, I keep going back to WrestleMania because to me that's kind of how it all started. Everybody was saying, is Rock gonna turn on Roman, or Roman gonna turn on Rock, or is Cody gonna turn on Seth, or Seth gonna turn on Cody? None of that happened.
I'm glad. Yeah.
And I love that unpredictability about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think not just professional wrestling as a whole, not to jump off topic, but I want to throw in there, like Matt Hardy last night shows up on TNA Rebellion. You know what I'm saying? It's like all this unpredictability going on right now in professional wrestling, which I think is awesome. And we'll talk a little bit more about the state of it later. But what I'm saying is, it was so easy to guess what can happen, and you were just excited that it happened. But now you don't know what's going to happen. Like CM Punk came at the very last minute of Survivor Series last year. The show had the credits on it. Like it's about to turn off. And then you get this big shot, and then boom, like all this unpredictability, which I think you didn't think it was possible in this day and age of wrestling because it just seems so predictable. You kind of see where it was going. But now I like the fact that I don't really know what's going on, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but even if some things do have some predictability, it's still been good. Some predictability is good as long as it makes sense for the story.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what sometimes they were missing. Sometimes back in the day, or even recent years, before Triple H got in charge, like some stuff would be predictable, and it just try to be unpredictable and just don't make sense. So, but as long as you got something going on good for the story, and the story makes sense, it's good for it to be predictable sometimes. Because it's telling a great story, and that's what wrestling is about.
Yeah.
You need great stories and then great action behind that. But great stories is the big factor.
Yeah.
To get you interested and get your heart into it, you know what I'm saying? That's what you need.
You're right. You're seeing the possibilities are endless in this one. I mean, you see people, if you pay attention to some of the online community, you see people trying to make war game matches already. The Rock side, Roman side. You got they had to mention where that's going to be at this year. And none of that. But so many. Then you go to WrestleMania. Then you got the Rumble. That's not forget. You got SummerSlam. You know what I'm saying? And then you got all these international shows. You want to put big eyes on that. You know what I'm saying? You got two Saudi Arabia shows, which they do every year. You got Scotland coming up. You got Money in the Banks in Canada. You know what I'm saying? You got France coming up. So you got all these different. You want to really pull this market in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're touching all these different places in the world and you have the stars to do it, why not? Right?
Yeah.
It's growing, man. The tribal chief, the whole thing with that bloodline is an interesting factor. Like The Rock would say, I would say just sit back and enjoy the ride, fellas.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And it's like this is a whole nother layer to this to the bloodline saga, man. This is very interesting, man. This might go down as one of the top 5 storylines in the company, man.
Yeah, for how long it's lasting. Because everybody thought it was like Bloodline story would be over by now since Roman lost. But no, it's still going.
I tried so long. I tried so hard not to like Roman Reigns. So hard.
I don't know why. I've always liked Roman, man.
But that's the beauty of it too. The beauty of, and this is a life lesson, man, because if you're building something like this, like a bloodline, you the storyline. You want it to continue on. Well, how do you do that? So if the tribal chief is the current tribal chief is removed, it should go on stronger, and we're seeing that right in front of us, fellas. And nobody predicted it. Now everybody thought it was over.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm ready to see. Like what they bring in, I know they're gonna like kind of, stretch it out. That's what the story's been about. Like making it go longer and longer. But it's all been entertaining, and it's like nobody's really tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like say when you add new people, that's what you do. That's like a TV show. To get more seasons, you got to add new characters,
right?
And that's what they're doing. You add new characters, add new story, and see how they interact with the people who's been there the whole time.
That's a good point, man.
And like I said, this like they already on Netflix with the camera shots they doing, the story they doing. They something they already on Netflix. So it ain't gonna tell how it's gonna be when it actually gets on Netflix. This is what we need to see. This is what people love.
This story right here is a Netflix moment right there.
Oh yeah. So all that blood showing.
I want to know. So like, who's next? Because it's like Solo got some type of list. Like he's a hitman. He got some type of list. Is Solo Sikoa going on a revenge tour?
He is, and I think Randy Orton's next.
Ooh.
I think Randy Orton's next, but you got to remember something now. Bloodline or not, you mess with the Viper, man. You better you get him. He already sick in the head now. So you get him down like that, man. You really gonna have to. You got to get something out of him, bro, because it ain't. It'll be a long time for he let that one go.
Yeah, and he been kind of nice Randy for the last few years. Well, when he been back, make him go back to that 09. That 09, 2010 Randy.
Kicking people in the head.
Yeah.
When he tried to go for him. When he tried to go up against the game.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Let him get his plug in. Every show he get his plug in on that. Something about Triple H.
Yeah.
I mean, Paul Levesque, if you're listening, come on, join the show, man.
Listen, Paul Levesque, come on this show, man. Shoot,
some numbers happening there.
Oh man, yeah.
Some numbers hitting up. It's up there.
That's right, man. But it's like he's got a list. He's crossing. He's checking it. He's checking it twice. This dude is crossing these names out, checking it twice. So Kevin Owens, his own family member. So I'm like, man, nobody's safe. Nobody's safe.
And he started with family. So I mean, you ain't safe. He started with family.
Hey, but you know what else is interesting to me about this whole thing? And I alluded to this before. When Seth comes back, so where does he go?
It's gonna be a while, ain't it?
I don't know how. I know he had surgery.
He's injured, or he had surgery.
He had surgery. He did have surgery, I think, last Tuesday, and I know that because I saw Becky talking about it on a show when she was promoting her book. So he had, I think, last Tuesday, I believe. And so my point with that, so easily a couple of months, easily, but
it's gonna be a while.
So much unfinished business there too. Is he? What did Paul Heyman say last week? Roman Reigns essentially took his eye off the ball, and he went after Seth Rollins, and that cost him the match.
Mm-hmm.
So that you can't let that go. That's a whole other unfinished story right there with Seth and Roman by himself. So hold that in the corner right now. When Seth comes back, he probably want his title back from Drew. You still want to get in CM Punk. He still want to get the He still want to get the same Roman Reigns. All these different spots. He still want to get that. We know it's just like Rock and Austin. He want to get that win on Cody. You know what I'm saying? So all these different things. But what I'm saying is that's a whole other spot too. Because Seth might be on the list. Because technically he's the one who really, the focus went to him. And like he said, I'll be your shield. And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
So he's on that list. He got to be on that list.
Right.
It's gonna be a while though when he come back. So I think, but yeah, he's gonna be on there now. But like I said, depending on where he go in the draft too.
Yep. I mean, speaking of the draft, I mean, will this cost the Usos to get back together?
Oh, that get back gonna be something. That get back, what? Them my dudes right there.
Yeah.
I'm always love the Usos. I mean, and when in the vlog they did for WrestleMania, Jay keeps saying the door's always open for Jimmy, and no matter what's going on, he done cost me this, cost me that, but that's my brother. That's from womb to the tomb. That's his brother. He said whenever Jimmy ready, I told him to come with me. He said it on Raw when backstage before his match. He said I told him to come with me, and we see what happened. Because if you do with the Bloodline, it's you going to the dark place, and they done turned on you. You done turn on them. They done turned on you again. It's back and forth. You ain't gonna be able to get back with them this time. The Solo done just literally kicked you out. So whenever they do if they do get on the same show, Jay say it's open. It's up to Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever he come back, because he probably gonna be out for a while selling the what happened to him from the Tama Tonga and Solo.
Right.
But it's up to Jimmy.
Right.
So, but Jay always got his door open for Jimmy. So we gonna that get back is gonna be exciting. The fans gonna go crazy for that one.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be when they come back. I don't know if it's gonna be just for that season of fighting, or they're gonna be back together, or they're gonna go their separate ways after that. But eventually, I think they are gonna come back. I think they need to wait a couple of months though.
Yeah.
And so because I think if they come back, they might beat Solo and whoever he teams with, whatnot. But I don't think it should happen till the latter part of the year. I'm talking about way in the fall somewhere, because they need to let Jimmy come back, maybe do some things on his own still a little bit against Solo and them, and then really kind of build that place up and really pull on your heartstrings type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then when he do come, like oh yeah. Then they get that emotional, like we know them boys are when they come and cut them promos. Hey, go back to the Uso Penitentiary.
Mm-hmm. I just don't want him to slow down Jay's progression that he's done with his single career, because he's one of the main stars for them right now.
Right.
Selling merch, a lot of merch, and he needs that singles championship. He needs at least two, because Jimmy done cost all of them for him. That's what I'm trying to see if they're gonna put the title on him from Priest. I really want to see what's gonna happen in that match.
Mm-hmm.
I want Priest to hold the belt at least 2 or 3 months, but with you fighting Jay first, I'm trying to see how that's gonna go through.
Look at you.
I thought Jimmy was gonna cost him the title, but they don't kick Jimmy out. Yep. So I can't. So why we come now after he done been kicked out? He got to sell his injuries or whatever they got, and so. I really want to see what's going to happen in that match. Is the Judgment Day going to cost Jay the match, or is the Priest just going to beat him? So that's the match I'm really looking forward to at Backlash, just because of what happened because Jay's in it, and see what's going to happen with that, because Jay needs a singles championship.
Yeah,
he didn't have too much success already.
Look at you yeeting all over the place.
Okay, Pat. McAfee.
Hey, make sure you're on rhythm, bro.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, good luck with that. Man, yeah. What Pat say? Pat say I'm yeeting all over.
Boy, I'm just. Well, I mean, he made a name for himself for singles though. I'm just he need that push.
He really has. I'm impressed. Like he really has. Like I don't see, Priest losing the title to Jimmy this soon. I mean, he just got it, but you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. But at the same time, you got that Savage out there running around. Tama Tonga might roll up in that place, man.
Oh boy, yeah. That too. He might cost him then.
Yeah. This is what I think. Give Jay Money in the Bank.
Who in there?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Give him Money in the Bank. That's another place. Like, oh, what he gonna do? Where he gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's another place.
They might. I don't know. They might give it to Solo for real. Because if Tama could help him win that, or if he bring like Jacob in or whoever, they can help him win that.
That's true.
It'd be easy pickings for him to get up, just climb that ladder, and that Money in the Bank.
Right.
Oh boy, so many endless possibilities, man. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it.
You got a lot of stars to get that.
Listen, I'm loving it too, man. And shoot, we could talk about the Bloodline all day. It's just becoming that big, man. But man, guys, Backlash is taking place in France.
Mm-hmm.
That's big. That's big. They're taking place in France, and we now know who is going to be facing Cody Rhodes first. What y'all feel about the match, LA Knight versus Cody Rhodes? I'm in that Cody. LA Knight versus AJ Styles.
Well, I think the match was good. I think their two matches were good. They probably gonna have a rubber match at some point. I think they go well together. I think AJ's kind of teaching LA some things maybe still, even though they both kind of been in the ring a while. But with AJ winning and going on to face Cody, which I believe is the first time ever from what they're saying, which is crazy to me. I thought they did face each other, but I think it's a good test.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good matchup. It's no secret that AJ's talking about hanging them up soon. For him to get in there with like Cody and give him, maybe Cody can pull something out of him that we haven't seen in a while. Because if you haven't noticed, AJ slowed down, in my opinion, lately. Not that it's any fault of his own, but as the older you get in this business, some things you just don't do anymore. I think that's smart working, So I think it's going to be good. AJ and Cody, I think it's an even matchup. I think they're going to have some great spots. I think it's going to be great chemistry because I consider them both generals in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in that place, I think it's going to be an awesome main event. I think it's going to be an awesome first PLE defending for Cody, and we'll see what happens from there.
Yeah, I think we just see how the crowd is in France. I don't want to see how that crowd, because when they go outside the country, them crowds be ready because they don't get a lot of shows like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially PLEs or big shows like that, they might get some live events on a tour or something. But this is a PLE right here. This is Backlash, and I think they're gonna be live for that. And from Cody with AJ, that's gonna be a great match to see. Because AJ could bring anybody up. I mean, not that he has to bring Cody up, but he can bring you to a great match.
I want to add real quick, just so I could. RC, you make a very good point, and it brought me to remembrance of something. So you talk about the crowd in France. I think they're going to be hyped. If you remember last year's Backlash in Puerto Rico, that Smackdown and that Backlash was just live, man. I mean, they was crunk. Now, Bad Bunny was there, and that did help, but still.
Man, it was
crazy. It was crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm. It was hype for everything. They'll sing all the songs.
That crowd was live. That crowd was live, man. I think, man, I wish that you brought up a good point. I wish that AJ had got the WWE a lot sooner, man. You remember AJ back in his prime, like back. Not to say he's a scrub now, man, but man, AJ was doing some stuff we ain't seen.
Yeah, he's my favorite in TNA.
Yeah, back in TNA.
But before Kurt got there, but
oh wow.
Yeah, it's actually a Kurt TNA shirt right here. But yeah, AJ was that dude in TNA. I mean, the matches he's had, and even in New Japan, and then that's all. I'm glad he made it to WWE, but I wish it was sooner. But he made he planted his flag everywhere, and he had great matches everywhere. He was a world champion everywhere he was that I've seen, and I think he's still doing great things. So because that triple threat match they had on SmackDown, and then the match he had with triple threat with Ray and who was it?
Kevin Owens, I believe.
Yeah, Ray and Kevin Owens. That was great. And the match he brought LA Knight to his best match I've seen. Yep. So AJ's still doing great things.
I mean, not to forget, man, the match he did with in the middle of the pandemic with the Undertaker, that wasn't no bad match either.
Oh yeah,
that was a show stealer actually, and it was in the Boneyard, man. That was a show stealer in my opinion for that whole WrestleMania. It was a straight like hard knocks, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he's still phenomenal. I think this will be a good match for him and Cody. I think it'll be a great professional wrestling match.
I think so too. I think it's gonna be good, man. I'm waiting to see the build up. I think they're supposed to have a contract signing soon coming up, and I mean, you can't go wrong with Cody and AJ Styles. I think that's a good way to kind of get Cody Rhodes going.
Yeah, because everybody's talking about Cody. So that's what some people saying. Cody's saying goes better in the chase. So and it'd be better than his title reign. So I want this match to really cement that it's going to be a great title reign, and the chase was just beginning for Cody.
Yeah. He only been champion 2 weeks, and people are already saying that stuff. I'm like,
Really? Like, who are you gonna lose it to? Or I'm trying to build that up. Like, let this man hold the belt for a couple weeks, man. God, no.
Yeah,
That's those Cody crybabies. They got what they want. Now they crying over spilled milk, man. Look at that, man.
I don't know, but they need to let this man let the rain breathe for a minute.
Yeah. I mean,
because who's gonna beat this man already? God, no.
Yeah, I mean Cody is doing what a babyface does. I think Cody's gonna go down as one of the top 5 baby faces in WWE, maybe top 10. But it's interesting to see the parallels because if you think back to TNA, was it TNA? I think AJ Styles fought Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah,
that's cool. Now, I mean, he fought Dusty Rhodes, so just to see it come full circle, now he's gonna be fighting his son in France. I mean, I think that, man, shoot, that makes me want to go. Just talking about it make me want to go.
Yeah, but I wonder if they're gonna be able to use that footage of him fighting Dusty.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be amazing if they did. It was able to do that because they worked with TNA a little bit with bringing Jordan Grace over for the Rumble. So hopefully they could work with them, getting a little bit of footage of AJ fighting Dusty, or at least put a picture up, do something, and now you fighting his son for the title.
Right.
And that'll be great to show.
Right.
You got to get some meat on that bone because you got the match booked. So now you got to see where it goes from there, right? You got about 2 weeks to the event, something like that, 2.5 weeks or so.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about Raw and SmackDown. I think this Raw, I thought about back to where we was the Raw after WrestleMania. And I said to myself, man, what happened to they missed some things. Like we missed Gunther. Gunther didn't show up. I haven't seen Gunther in a while. Like he should have came out flaming. He just lost the IC title. I mean, but man, let's get into this, man. Let's talk about Raw and SmackDown. Let's recap Raw and SmackDown.
Well, the first thing I want to address there is that on X now, Gunther is supposed to show back up tomorrow.
Oh, really? Okay.
According to what they said there. So where he goes with that, I don't know, because as you can see, the main event with Sammy and Chad Gable, that is true Intercontinental Championship match worthy. That is the Intercontinental title. That is Intercontinental title wrestling right there.
Yeah.
And now Chad Gable turned heel.
Yeah.
And then maybe gonna get a new faction. Maybe. Man, come on.
Yeah, I like seeing Chad Gable be more serious and because the wrestling skills gonna always be there for the most part. And I don't need him to be more serious. I know he ain't gonna be able to get the Kurt Angle level, but he might. I don't know, but he need to get more up the food chain because his skills are phenomenal. He has a great match every time he goes out there, and everybody loves him. He just underrated, but he need to get up the pecking order a little bit. I know he probably ain't gonna beat Sammy, but they're gonna have another match at Backlash. I think he's earned some match with his heel turn, and so I'm ready to see where it goes for him.
Yeah, man, the dude straight up that ankle lock he did on the turnbuckle. Man, I was like, okay, Gabe, I ain't know you can get down like that, brother. That's good. Man, he's good. He's good.
Yeah, he is. But I think also, he needs that single title, like we've been talking. He needs that. And the Intercontinental title is the perfect title for him. Because Gunther is, he lost the title, but they're going to Germany later this year. So we'll see what happens with that. Will he get a big title match? You know what I'm saying? All these different facets there. But, let's not forget that Chad Gable did that heel turn in front of Sammy's wife.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is the same guy who wants Gunther because his loss made his daughter cry.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But with that, I feel like he did it because he seen Sammy with his wife celebrating. He's like, that should be me.
Right.
I should have that moment. I should be having that moment. He just couldn't sit with it. Wasn't sitting right with him. Like, I can't have this moment for my family that sat ringside. How he get to have his moment? I hate that he lost that tournament and losing that tournament to Sammy.
Right.
And so it just been building up. He tried to be on Sammy's side and get it from Gunther. So he feel like Sammy should have been easier for him to beat, and he still didn't beat him on Raw. So that just over the edge for him to make his heel turn or to make a turn for himself. He's like, I'm just not sitting with this. I got to do something, and I got to give me another match, and that's why he getting his other match.
Yeah. Move on from Alpha Academy. There, I mean, that's a little more funny games right now. You know, Otis Strong, Zawa, you know, he's funny. You know, Maxine, I don't think she's really with them, but maybe she is because she's teaming up with the three brothers. You know, but then I heard, I don't know if it's true, like the faction may include the Creed brothers. Because remember in the warm up, if you saw the warm up, he was teaming with the Creed brothers. He was like training with them in the ring.
Oh, hold up.
You know what I'm saying? So
when you get with them, woo,
yeah,
that's gonna be good.
That's Team Angle almost. That's
what that Team Angle called right there.
That's Diet Team Angle.
and what is her name? Is it Ivy?
Ivy Niles.
And she's with them. So if Trad turns on the Alpha Academy and she turns on Maxine, who they've been tagging with the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
There's more story there, fellas.
Yep.
That's what needs to happen.
That needs to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
Literally.
That need to happen right now.
That need to happen right now. Man, we also, you know, so is Sammy? I guess Sami Zayn was a part of the storyline. He milked it. Cause I thought he tore his ankle off. The way it looked, man.
Yeah.
you know, Sammy is a guy. To me now. This is my personal opinion.
He's a Mick Foley.
No, not even close, bro. And I mean that for Sammy. What I mean by that is this: Sammy reminds me of Shawn Michaels, that he can pull emotion out of you.
Mm-hmm.
He can make you feel for him. You got
to make that comeback.
Yeah, if you punch Sammy, he'll sell it to the point where you feel bad for him.
Right.
I mean, come on, his match is like, I'm afraid to fight Gunther, okay? I don't know if I can beat Roman. You know, I don't know, you know, and all of a sudden now it's like, man, these different facets with it now, bro. And I think right now with him being the ultimate babyface for the Intercontinental title, and then you got Chad Gable, who's a fresh heel again. I think it's like, all right, we're trying to fight to get to the next level. And that's what makes the Intercontinental Championship to me so pivotal, because you got those guys looking to get to the next level.
Yeah. And
the top's so heavy. The top's so heavy right now. So you need some mid cards to really keep that thing interesting.
Yeah, not to mention, I gotta mention this. That entrance he had on Raw where the shot was following Jay on the way back, and he ain't standing out there, and the story he had about when he first came into that building, and now he going back through the front door as a champion, and he walked through the fans. That was an epic entrance. That was an all-time entrance.
That was a good hometown hero entrance right there.
Yeah,
man.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
That camera work. Whoever the cameraman is, I don't know his name right now, but I gotta figure that out, because the guy they fired, Kevin Dunn.
Right.
Whoever took his place, they made a good decision.
I think Tripp mentioned his name at the press conference. I got to go back and look.
Yeah.
Name on the press conference. Man.
I need that name because Lord, I need to give him some. We give him some props on the show. Yeah, he might be the champion's moment. Right? Give him the champion's moment at the end of the show, because the way he's been following the camera, he's been doing, man. The way they follow him backstage or out to the arena, I love that. It's just one camera just following the whole time, and it's amazing work. Give him the champion's moment.
They did the same thing on SmackDown where, you know, it was Paul Heyman and Solo, and then they followed them out the gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. I like that. It make it feel a lot more like real, like you're there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's got like almost like a NBA, NFL type vibe to it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. But we also had a big return on Raw. We had a big return from Sheamus. Sheamus showed up. We ain't seen Sheamus in a while.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he didn't wrestle since he fought Edge on SmackDown on August.
yeah, I
It's been
think
a
it's like
long time.
Last August.
like 8 months. It said, and people unfortunately clown this man because he's not in shape as he was. But we don't know what was going on with that man. We don't know what kind of condition he was out for. You know, people don't realize when you out like that, sometimes you're limited. You know what I'm saying? So, but I bet you're gonna be right though. That Kelsey boy. Oh man, yeah.
He gonna get himself right. But like, he thought he wanted to go. He thought he wasn't going to be able to come back at all. He thought he was going to have to hang up the boots. So for him to actually come back and make that appearance and then back re-debut, well, not re-debut, but just come back from on Raw, that was a miracle in itself for him.
Yeah,
and the for him being more in shape like he was, that's coming. But for him to just come back and still put on a great match with a big man like Ivar, that was great.
Yeah.
We got to give props just to that. Because it's hard to come back from that. You don't know what he went through the whole time. He posted some things, but like I said, he thought he about to hang up his boots because he's done it all already.
Except one thing.
Oh yeah, one thing, yeah.
He wants an IC title, man. He wants an IC title.
Oh yeah, but somebody watch out for him then. If that's what he headed for, because that's what his last thing.
You throw him in the picture, man. The IC title that's becoming a really good division right there.
Yes, it should though, man. That's why I'm trying to tell everybody. The IC title, man.
The IC title back in the day. It was almost like the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
You had all kind of stars get the IC title, man.
And that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be a workhorse championship. Even though they try to make the world heavyweight title that too. Everybody want to be that workhorse.
Yeah. But and on top of that, fellas, we kind of already alluded to some of the SmackDown stuff, but with Sheamus coming back and the draft next week, so we don't know where he's going to land officially. But I think I would love to see him in that picture. Now that we're talking about it, I would love to see him in that picture because I think Sheamus is at a part now where he's gonna maybe help develop some younger stars.
Yeah,
because he's such a seasoned. He's a veteran now. He's been there. He's been in WWE for about 14, 15 years now, something like that. So
it was like 09, 08, 09.
His first WrestleMania was 26 against Triple H. And so, so he's been there about 15 years. So yeah, something like that. Yeah, 15 years. And so, and I think he's in that place where he's going to start. I think you're going to see a lot of that with him now, giving back. Although not to say he's not going to do things and win things and things of that nature, because he's a tough guy. But, he's going to put on some bangers, as he say.
Yeah.
But I think he's in a place now where he might be trying to put people over. Unless they team up with Drew some kind of way. But other than that, I think he's gonna be putting people over. But also, he has some things he needs to finish personally.
Yeah, like he can get the IC title. I mean, that's what he needs. The last thing he needs.
He needs to get that IC title, man. I can see that, man. I can see that happening. IC title. I can see that, man. You got Sheamus. You got a lot of people that can go for the IC title right now.
Yeah, good one. I thought Jay was going to get it that time, but Jimmy cost him that too. So,
man,
jealous Jimmy.
Oh, jealous! Oh, that's a good one. Jealous Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy got some things to think about now, though.
Yeah.
We might not see him for a minute.
Yeah. You're right, man.
Might not see him for a minute, man. But I tell you what, we did see. We saw the new tag titles. Those things are fire.
Yeah, on Raw and SmackDown, man.
Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that because I didn't know, and maybe y'all did, but I don't remember any promotion of them saying in that WrestleMania match that both titles were going to be on the line like that.
Yeah, I wasn't really aware of that myself, but it was cool that it happened.
I'm glad it happened. Yeah.
Yeah, but these titles, boy, I ain't never wanted to buy a tag team title, but I might get one of them. Man, I'm trying to think about it.
Which one looks better?
I'm gonna be a little biased to say the SmackDown because I like the old school WWF tag titles.
Yeah, the Attitude Era titles.
Yeah,
right there. Yeah,
even the golden area. Even the golden area had something similar.
Yeah, but and I think they look better when they show them on WWE Shop. I don't know if it's the lighting on the show, but they look better on WWE Shop for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah,
but they still look good either way. I don't know, man. I might go to them SmackDown titles too, though. I ain't gonna lie. I wish they had. I kind of wish they had a little more color, a little bit, but it don't. It's still kind of better than the Raw ones. The Raw ones still look great because because with both of them, the side plates are really more detailed than they usually are to me.
Right.
Side plates and the end plate, end of it. If you look at it, since you look at it on WWE Shop, you see that like they got more plates on it and there's more detail. Yeah. So it's way better than what we've been having for the past. Since 2012 or something? I don't know. It's been looking bad since then.
those last tag belts they had, especially the one Miz and Truth are holding, they're like a penny, all right.
Them nickels right there. They want to have that, but they just got pennies before that.
Yeah,
so they've been looking bad for a while, but this is a great resurgence for them. We've been waiting on this for a minute.
I like these, man. I think I'm gonna go with the SmackDown titles. The world is that the world one?
The WWE title, tag team titles.
Yeah, I like that one, man. I like the look, the feel. That one looks more like a championship title, right? The Raw one is cool too. I like the color. That red makes it pop, and the details that they have on it. But I lean more towards that one. I guess I'm a little old school when it comes to the design and feel of the belt, man. But I like it, man. I tell you what was funny. R-Truth, he tell my where's Triple H?
Triple H about to laugh.
Yo,
he can't help but laugh with Truth. He gonna make you crack up.
He's talking about where's Triple H? Oh, the musician got you too.
I sit right through you, you little genie or whatever. Tommaso Ciampa. I was like, bro, come on, bro.
Hey, both of them bald head with a beard, man.
Yeah, well, Truth. I gotta get a Truth shirt. I don't like the shirts that they have for Truth, so I gotta find my own shirt for Truth. Yeah. But I gotta get one something for him. But he's been doing great for years, man. He's just a mainstay.
Man, so who's in the running? Who you think they're gonna face next?
They fight
DIY.
They fight DIY tomorrow on Raw.
Okay.
And then A-Town Down Under are fighting. Street Profits won that Fatal 4-Way, which is an awesome match on SmackDown. I don't know when they're facing them, but they're going to be facing them. I don't know if it's going to be a Backlash or this week on SmackDown or next week or whatever. Right. So they got the draft coming this weekend, so it's going to be a lot to get out there. Starting on Friday through next Monday. That's going to be the draft. So you got a lot going on there too. So
because the draft is Friday on the 26th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man. Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the 26th. How disrespectful is A-Town Down Under? Let's talk about these disrespectful. How disrespectful! Like, how dare they? How dare they do that to the game? Like, do they not know who this man is?
Well, Truth don't know either. But that ain't the point.
I mean, we just said that. So what you talking about, Sean?
Yeah, but they stay true to who they are, though.
They all right. But I like how the general manager, he knew his job was on the line too. So he stood up and
Look. Right, come on now. Look, let's just be real. A-Town Down Under some young kids that everybody want to hit in the face. And that's what's good about what they're doing right now. They're young, cocky boys. You know what I'm saying? Men, should I say, who are just drawing that heat. They always, every time they lose, they blame somebody else. And that's what they're doing right now is what they need to do. That's exactly what because Austin Theory, in my opinion, needs a resurgence.
He does.
You know what I'm saying? So this is a good way to get him. I thought they were going to fight each other one-on-one at WrestleMania when Theory was looking at excuse me. When I was looking at, I can't think of his name right now. Grayson Waller. Yeah. They was looking at him like some of those interviews. I'm like, oh, it's going okay. Let me see what's going to happen here. So maybe they still milking that too. It's like, well, you know what? Maybe we had too much going on. Let's have them push them ahead. So, I think what they're doing right now, because as a fan, you want them to get punched in the face, and that's what you need in young heels.
Right.
Yeah, I thought I really thought they were going to turn each other. They might do it down the line.
Right.
Grayson Waller was trying to put Austin Theory under the bus a few times. Especially what was that Elimination Chamber? He stood there while Austin Theory got beat up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but hey, that's why I was surprised they won at WrestleMania. But
yeah. Austin Theory, he does need like a makeover, so to speak. Like he needs like a 2.0 version of himself. You know, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he came out. He had a lot of pomp and circumstance around him. You know who was supporting him. He thought he was a really good look. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah, but after he beat Cena,
yeah,
it was over. I mean, that was his highest point.
that was it.
Hold on, are we doing he who should not be named now? Is that what we're doing? Is that what?
I mean, we mentioned him already before. I was like, okay, well, I mean, I don't mind not mentioning him, but
I don't know if we should. I don't know if we're supposed to say his name now or what, man. But anyway, the person we alluded to,
keep moving there.
Vince McMahon supported about to say our truth. supported our theory. What's his man? Austin Theory. Supported, man. And like you said, he had that big one moment with John Cena, and that was it. So I'm glad that he's back in the mix. I just hope the other guy don't drink out of shoe again. But
he's gonna do that. That's his culture.
That's his thing. That's the Australia thing.
Man.
And so he been doing that. And he doing that NXT, and he's gonna keep doing it every time he wins something. He said it's called it's a shoey.
The shoey.
Yeah, shoey thing.
That's that thing over there, man. That's that thing.
Man,
it's gonna happen. It's that thing.
Speaking of that side of the pond, man, an unexpected moment happened where, this young lady, she had a big moment at WrestleMania. She had her favorite band, bring her out, in the match. She wins the match, and then the next day on Raw, she get a chair thrown at her head.
Boy, I was like, Liv trying to end her for real.
Yeah.
It's more than a revenge tour. Like, Lord, Liv, calm down.
So we talking about Rhea Ripley out due to injury. Fellas, how y'all feel about that?
It is, yes, because you never want anybody to get injured. You never really want that. With her, I think hers a torn AC, so I'm guessing, and what I'm hearing is about 3 to 4 months, maybe. But my point is, she just came out. Well, I would say you would be like, "What's next?" But we saw what was next because Liv attacked her, so you knew they were probably going to go that route, right? Because Liv got hurt by her, and then so you got all these different facets of that now. So it's very unfortunate. Anytime anybody get injured, no matter how big or small, it's always time out of the ring. It's always as a fan, you don't want to see that. But I think when she comes back, I think that'll be a plus for her when she comes back because the fans going to want her more. I think it's going to appeal her stardom. Now, I will say this, and I heard this I heard Bully Ray say this. I think it's a good idea. Liv should just jump in and take her spot in Judgment Day, or at least attempt to. And I think they should. Consider. Maybe we should think about this. She might be a good fit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, and let that build from there and see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she said she's gonna take everything from Rhea. It's a revenge tour, and so there's a big stop on the tour because Rhea gone.
This girl, she mad for real, man.
Yeah. So, and I think she don't want to make sense for her to get a title tomorrow. I don't know what kind of match they're gonna have for her. I kind of hope it's not a battle royal.
I think they said it was a battle royal. I think it was either Smackdown, a commercial on Smackdown. I think I saw it was a battle royal. And honestly, I think you got to expect that with it being like a week notice because they said last week they were going to crown a new champion. So they had to make it. They have to make it to the point where you give many people's opportunity. I don't see how else they could have did it.
Mm-hmm. I'd rather Fatal Four the top people on Raw, top women on Raw, or like they did for Cody title. Mm-hmm. Have 2 triple threat matches. Whoever wins fights for the championship at Backlash.
Or maybe they should do it like they did with when they presented Seth Rollins with his title, like that little tournament type feel.
Yeah. Or they could have did. We're going down the rabbit hole, I know, but there's many options. Remember when Finn got hurt in the Universal title, and then next week they had to Fatal 4-Way when Triple H turned on Seth and all that type of stuff. It's so many things you could have did. Yeah.
More than a battle royal. That don't prove anything to me.
But I think in this instance, under this booking, because the women's roster is so deep, I think some stories are going to come from this. I don't think it's just going to be your regular over the top battle royal, which it will be because that's how you win the match. But I think it's going to be like the last two's going to be a fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mhm.
and I think we're going to get something from that. Now, to me, it makes sense for Liv Morgan to win. To me,
Yep.
it makes sense because you can go somewhere with that. And not even that, man. Liv has kind of been under the radar. I think she has great promos.
Mm-hmm.
Her matches can be consistent if she's there with the right person. You know what I'm saying? So I think she can, even if it's for a few months. I think she can do it. She's done it. So, but I think it'll be, and then Maria comes back from the injury.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, you got everything you need.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
You got
Charlotte's not clear, right? But Charlotte.
No, I think she probably got another 4 or 5, probably. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So,
I was supposed to like these Liv. Then
right.
after the draft, we'll see who she fights first after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Liv seemed to be the obvious choice, but who knows, man? They may throw a monkey wrench in there. Maybe somebody we ain't even thinking about.
Maybe somebody from the NXT.
Yep.
Oh,
Or maybe some signing, and maybe some surprise signing we don't know about.
Right.
Oh, wow.
But to your point, Lonnie, I think like when Rhea does come back, all this is just going to make her even bigger. You know what I'm saying? Because the fans going to want her back. I mean, the girl is she's a beast, man. She is a beast.
Yeah,
she's a beast.
And the thing is, she done beat everybody on Raw already anyway. So it's a kind of a blessing in disguise for the company because they're trying to see who she could fight. And she was probably going to fight Liv, but this makes the story go better for her because she has something to come back to fight for.
Mm-hmm.
To get her title back that she really never lost.
She need to go to whatever show when she heal up. Whatever show Jay gonna be on and have that match.
Oh boy, I don't know, G.
Nah, not too soon, bro. Too
Yeah,
soon.
they trying to build Jade up right now. They trying to get her and Bianca to them tag team titles. So
which they probably going to do.
But I think that's the best thing they could have done was pairing her with Bianca. She gets somebody that's got some experience on her belt. She show us some different things, man. Not like Jade's a scrub. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But it's Rhea, and to see if they're gonna keep her with Judgment Day still on when she comes back, because her and Priest, people keep talking about them splitting from the group.
Priest
eventually,
Rhea?
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, because Rhea doesn't exactly she didn't need him at WrestleMania. And Priest kind of did it by himself. It's a cash in, but he still got to do that by himself. And the way Priest been looking lately with when Judgment Day was beating up, what was that, Jay?
Yeah.
It's like he didn't feel like he needed them to do that.
Right.
With the way the look on his face. So both of them, they might be leaving soon, but they always, try to seem like they breaking up throughout the times. But they got back strong at WrestleMania, with both of them having the world titles. But it's interesting to see where they gonna go after when she comes back.
Right.
Well, to that point though, remember on Monday, when because Finn fought Jay, and Finn was in the back saying, "Man, we need to be focused on to get these tag team titles back."
Mm-hmm.
And you notice Damon was like, "You know what? I just need you to focus on, taking care of Jay tonight, and then I'm gonna show him some pain at Backlash." So inadvertently, he said, "I don't want to go. I'm not done with the tag titles."
Yep. All right, he got the world championship. Why he need to go to the back for that? Get Dom or JD to do that. You and JD go do that.
I mean, it could be but it could be Finn Balor and another guy.
Yeah, that's what they say. JD.
Yeah.
So you try to get Priest to do it.
Yeah.
I got to worry. I got to worry about this. I got one thing to worry about right now. I just got this. I gotta protect this.
I mean, Dom could pair with one of them and get a tag titles.
Dom, I don't know what's gonna happen with Dom because he got inserted. Remember, he was inserted in that LWO business at Mania. You know what I'm saying? Which I think there's still some things there because all that stuff that's going on with that too. So we'll see what happens with that. So we'll see if he goes and if it's him and JD or if it's Finn. I think it'd be better with Finn and JD because I think JD needs something.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, he's a group dropper in my opinion.
Yeah, and Finn taught JD.
Yeah,
he trained him a little bit, so it'll make sense for them both to go for the tag team titles.
But who knows, man? You might see a lot of stuff because wasn't he part of the Bullet Club? Ain't that the thing they call it?
Yeah, Tama Tonga was too. That's if they get on the same show, that could be a moment they could have.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I think that's a good. So all in all, I think it was a good couple of weeks now as we're recording this. Like with WWE, so much to look forward to. So many different stories. Even some things we didn't cover. Like there's a lot of good things going on, which is good. A lot of good things to see being kind of plotted, if you will.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. And I recently had a chance to watch Eric Bischoff's podcast, and he says stars go to AEW to die. So,
oh wow, I hear that one.
I want to know. Well, not die like literally, but he's saying.
I understand.
He's saying stars go to AEW. He's basically saying the ones that come from, let's be honest, WWE is the cream of the crop, right? So he's saying those that come from here, from the World Wrestling Entertainment, right? Those that come from WWE and transition to AEW, they basically go to a wasteland, right? So I'm saying that to say, because I want to talk about AEW and the direction that they're going in.
Well, yeah, they need a new direction because what they showing now, they got, like I said, they're gonna forever show great matches. We ain't gonna never deny that. The great matches are gonna be great. Some dream matches to a lot of people. But what's your story for those matches? I mean, sometimes they have something, but especially in the video they show, you promoting another guy from another company, and you can't get no end result with it. You trying to bring Jack Perry back, but if you bring him back, what's his biggest claim to fame now? Oh, I didn't fight back to CM Punk backstage. Okay, you still promote CM Punk. You got people chanting CM Punk in your company. Mm-hmm. Why are you showing this video? Even after you show the video. Mm-hmm. Okay, but I mean, I guess they saving grace. They had a show in Chicago, the New Japan show, with people cheering for Jack Perry and said F CM Punk and whatnot in Chicago, which I never thought I'd hear. Mm-hmm. But still, you can't get no end result from that because you can't never fight CM Punk unless you go to WWE. Because Punk is never coming back to AEW. I don't see him coming back.
Nah, not at all.
I'm gonna hold my lips on that because I ain't think he'll come to WWE.
I mean, yeah, but with this going on right now,
yeah,
it seems like CM Punk is getting along with everybody in WWE. He's doing great. Everybody he's getting along with everybody, which people thought he wasn't gonna do. We thought it was gonna be a problem. Mm-hmm. So far, I mean, it's been that long, but it seems like everybody loves him.
I mean, Punk knows that this is his last rodeo, so he knows.
I mean, yeah, that too, but
yeah, you
never know what could happen. But I mean, where it's looking right now, you can't get no end result with Jack Perry, especially right now.
I think so. In my opinion, okay, I'm gonna take it a different direction here with the question. Eric Bischoff said that. To me, it seems like Eric Bischoff. It almost looks like WCW and WWF all over again. In the fact that they're more concerned with WWE than their own. Okay, Will Ospreay a couple of weeks ago cut a promo, and he's talking about these rumors. Y'all probably seen it. Those you listening, you've probably seen it too. Talking about rumor. Triple H made a comment at the WWE World on the Pat McAfee show that people don't come here because they don't want to do the grind. And he dropped no names. Everybody just assumed it was Will Ospreay. Dropped no names, right? Will Ospreay comes back and says, "It's rumors about me not liking the grind, but the only thing you did essentially was grind the boss's daughter." The same old thing we didn't heard for the last 10, 15 years, whatever, even more. Mm-hmm. And then the last part of that, then you talk about your dream match, which I believe possibly can be match of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But that you waste your time on that. Why are you still worrying about WWE?
Right.
And I say this very respectfully of everything AEW is doing. I don't want them to go out of business. I think them being there is best for business, seriously, because it gives people more diversity and more open places to go.
Absolutely.
But I think if you need the people who, and maybe they do, like the Trevor Coles, the Edges, Adam Copeland over there, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I get all that, but those generals should be. I know they're probably in his ear telling him, "Hey, we probably need to move away from this type of thing and focus on us," because you're not. Everybody wants to be number one. I get it, but if all your energy is trying to put them out, like tonight, as we're recording this, Dynasty tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, Dynasty tonight. So you got Samoa Joe and Swerve, Tony Storm, Thunder Rosa.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Bryan Danielson and Will Ospreay. Those are 3 stacked matches right there.
Oh yeah.
And those matches are going to be good, I believe. They are. But what are you going to do after that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson have at least 3 matches.
Right.
Do it one with have somebody win at night, somebody win next one, have a road match down the road. You got something to build off of. But if they fight just tonight and then they both move on, to me, I just think that's not to me. I wouldn't book it that way. If we're talking about booking backwards, if we have an end result and then building it up, I wouldn't book it that way. So the direction they have now. Okay, let's think about this. I remember calling RC about 3 years ago. I don't know what show it was, but it's the same one that helped me out here. Who remember? It was Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson debuted in the same show.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Kenny Omega took on Christian in the main event, if I'm mistaken. And Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks and a couple of those folks out there talking. Adam Cole came, Bryan Danielson came. I remember superstars coming on, former wrestlers, professional wrestlers were saying, if I was today, I'll go to AEW. WWE ain't getting it. I'll go to AEW. Go ahead. And I don't know if that got to their head. Now, and I say I'm talking about the booking team. I'm not talking about the professional wrestlers because there's really no coach really in the wrestlers if you pay attention to it. The wrestlers want everybody to succeed. It's the fans sometimes and some of the booking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they took that and ran with it. At that time they had CM Punk, as well. But now it's like the roles, I'm gonna say being reversed, but now you have your test. Can you pass the test of this? You need to focus on what you need to be around because it makes the business better. But your focus should be on AEW. Wrestling wise, yeah, they're knocking it out the park. Wrestling wise, they're knocking it out the park. But they need to have something to latch on to. Like if you take, I hate to say it like this, but does it sound like desperation for you to bring a video from your largest gate? And the only thing people remember is hearing about that fight, and then you remind them of that fight from your largest gate.
All right.
So nobody remembers no matches from that day.
Barely.
Will Ospreay took on Jericho. CM Punk took on Samoa Joe. Then you had all these multi-person matches. MJF took on Adam Cole. And you mean to tell me that's what's remembered? I think sometimes, and I'm sure they are having these meetings because all that wisdom they have there, there's no way you could not, what I'm saying, hey, we need to think about this. Come on now.
Yeah.
So question. I wanna go back. Do you think because how you start something is how you have to finish it? So do you think that where AEW finds themselves now is the byproduct of the grudge that Cody had against everything that went down with him in WWE? So you think that was the seed that was planted? Basically, that was the thing that was birthed. That's how this whole thing was birthed, out of that grudge. And so this is almost like the proverbial direction they have to go in, even if they don't want to go in. It's kind of like that's how it started. What do you think?
Can I take this one first, RC? I have so you think about that, Cody smashing the throne, but that first show, John Moxley debuts. Chris Jericho wins the title. Now, and when I talk about these people, this is not a knock on them, but this is just facts, right? Because they said it. Jericho was not happy at WWE when he left. He was not happy with WCW when he left to come to WWE. And what did he say? Oh, this is how you do it. WWE is doing it right. Now, you're right back here. Now think about this. So what am I saying? You have all these people coming in from WWE. Some of them still got a chip on their shoulder. Let's think about it. Where do you think that undeniable come from?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so you got all that going on, right? to people who have proven, I'm gonna go out here and prove that I can make it, and they made a mistake.
I can make it without you.
Yeah, but now I ain't gonna say you're going to goose, but I'm gonna say that person, whatever. We still don't know what happened. All he said was a personal issue, but he came back. On the back of his mind, he always wanted the main event WrestleMania. He always wanted to win that title because his dad didn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
And he went right back there. And now look at now. Not only that, John Moxley still doing his thing, IWGP champion. I get that, but then also a developed star who wasn't fully developed there, Jade Cargill. Gone.
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk went back to WWE. Boom. I'm trying to think of his name. What is Brian Pillman's son name?
Lexus King.
Alexis King. Okay, another developed star there. Boom. So if you focusing on these different things, that was what I think, to your point, maybe you grabbed onto that to build this company, but you needed something else.
And so what I'm saying is, like, for instance, like with my wife, I started when we met. I was got cooking, got clean. So I'm saying, however you start is how you have to finish. So this is how they started. This is why they found themselves in what they are, where they are now. It's almost like they need a rebirth, a rebranding, a resurgence. They need to cut some people off that was a part of that regime, because that's what it was. And that's where they find themselves now, because when you think about it, Mercedes Moné, let's be honest, she got a chip on her shoulder too, right? There's a reason why she can go back to WWE. There was a reason why she was let go. You know what I'm saying? So you got a bunch of people, and the way AEW was built, it was built as this is about to be the company that's about to take over WWE, because WWE is in a drought right now. They're in a downsize. The whole world was looking at AEW like this is about to be the next big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept telling people, you gotta wait and see. Pump the brakes, because this is a system. WWE is a system. They're gonna run through these small times or these stretch of periods where, oh man, the product's kind of whack, kind of sour, but they always find a way to reinvent themselves. So how is AEW going to reinvent themselves? Because Cody left, and he was practically the visionary for everything that they found themselves in now. And so for them to be showing footage like CM Punk, it's almost like a callback to this is how we started. We started bashing people, so this is what we're gonna do.
They were hoping to get a number out of that thing. That had to be the ultimate goal. We was hoping to get some rating pops.
And they only got 100,000 from that. 100,000 more people viewers.
And Tony Khan he's practically owning up, celebrating this thing. Like this was a smart idea. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, because they trying to interweave a storyline with it. Was saying, oh, the Bucks were distracted as EVPs. They had to be distracted with this situation. That's why they lost to FTR. Like, what kind of excuse is that, bro? I know you heels and we're not supposed to make any kind of excuses as a heel and just get hate on your side, but it's still not smart. They show this. You promote another guy, and you got your fans in your arena at your show, your biggest show on TV, chanting this man's name, and he's still a bigger star. It seems like the biggest star in your company. He's not even there. Because he did Raw, and he was showed on Dynamite the same week. So you promoting him, man. It's not gonna get people to hate this man. People know what he told you what happened. So people still like CM Punk. He's still a big merch seller. Still people gonna tune in to what show he's on right now, which is Raw. You still got people that going over there. And you saying how the AEW started, and with Cody's vision was also being contested, because I think that's why he left. I mean, pretty much why he left, because his vision or the way he wanted to tell a story was being contested, and the Bucks and I guess Tony Khan wasn't seeing that part of vision. They want to do their own thing, and Cody had his own other reasons to go back to WWE. He wanted to main event WrestleMania, which is what he did past couple of years, and get the title, which is what he did this year. So he made his goals. So what are y'all goals now instead of just putting on great matches?
Right.
What are your goals? They have been noticed, and people are there to help you. People that's not even in the company fully want to help you. I mean, they want to see you around.
The stands ain't always packed, though. I mean,
and that's another issue. And have videos out there, people talking about Tony Khan doing a meltdown, not a meltdown, but trying to desperately keep people in the arena for Ring of Honor.
I think he was begging. They said the headline was, I didn't watch the video, but the headline said that he was begging people to stay.
Yeah, I saw the video. I mean, he wasn't trying to beg, but he was trying to. He really was just trying to, make up for time because they were setting up everything. So he's trying to keep the fans involved and talk to the fans a little bit and see if they some of them come into Dynasty and other shows that's going to be near the city that he was in. So it wasn't a meltdown or nothing. People just, Tony Khan is just an overexcited guy. People, that's how he talks. Mm-hmm. People don't think he being desperate or having a meltdown, but it's just how he talks. He talks with a strain in his voice a lot. And he's overexcited, like he's on a lot of coffee or whatever, right. Or whatever it is. But he's just trying to make fill the gap of time before the Ring of Honor started, but just trying to keep people in the building. Mm-hmm. But
yeah.
But you gotta focus on you and stop focusing on what the internet says or what these podcasts say. Focus on people that's in your company trying to help you build this company. Like FTR said after they showed the video, we're trying to focus on us. Why are you showing something from 8 months ago? We focus on us and people we have here who love to be here and want to have a great show and rival WWE, but we don't have to mention them every week or other week or every 2 weeks. We need to mention us and what we got going forward.
Right.
Because we have great talent. Yeah. But we need to tell stories with our talent that who wants to be here, who has come here from WWE to tell a story that they weren't able to tell in WWE.
Because Edge came out and did a great promo basically saying, hey, I think it was during WrestleMania week. Like, listen, this is the time we celebrate. We celebrate WrestleMania, celebrating all this stuff. We're moving forward. And then they come out with the video. You know what I mean?
Right. Tears down what he just said.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, I guess for the direction, I guess they're still trying to find the direction. I mean, they're still a young company and the story is yet to be unfold. But I think what they're missing is good storytelling, man. They don't have any good storytelling. Like, I was listening to a podcast and Eric Bischoff said that Mercedes Moné was supposed to be on the show. She's not on the show. So, how you drawing money from somebody that's not there,
Right. And she invited people to come see her, and they only saw her on the screen.
Right. Yeah.
She promoting that out there, saying go. She put the link for the Ticketmaster or whatever. I took her, like, come see me on this date, and she's not even there. She's on the screen, just having an interview.
Right.
Like, you're not even gonna come out just to see the people, or are you actually there? I mean, what's going on?
You probably wasn't there. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's false advertising a little bit. It can be to some people.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, I'm looking forward to. I don't know if you know this, Sean, or so you might want to come on down, man. I think last show of the year is going to be here.
Okay.
In December.
Okay.
So, we'll see what happens there. That'd be a good experience, but nonetheless, to your point, maybe they're trying to milk it. Like maybe not have her, but if she invite people there to come see her, she should be on the show.
Mm-hmm.
She's talking about Double or Nothing. She's in Vegas, and I get that, but all these people coming, and like I said, I think the wrestling's going to always be there for them. But the direction of it, I mean, think about it. I want to keep hopping on this because I feel like I'm on a soapbox with it. You have all that wisdom there, 20 plus years in the business. Adam Copeland, Chris Jericho, Mark Henry, Paul White, Tony Schiavone, Jim Ross, Taz. You know what I'm
saying? Ain't Dusty? I mean, not Dusty, but ain't
Dustin. Yeah, Dustin's there. Dustin Rhodes there. Mm-hmm. And then think about this: how does
Jim Ross?
Yeah. How does a Rhodes fight I saw Moen at WrestleMania main event? Just a Wednesday night, Dustin Rhodes can fight Samoa Joe.
Mm-hmm. Right. Because you knew the main event of WrestleMania, so you should have had that building up more time to build up to the Dustin Rhodes versus Samoa Joe. You had more time to build it up because you knew the main event already. If you're gonna do something like that and try to not copy it, but do your version of it or whatever the plan was, you should have been building it up longer. Mm-hmm. We know he wasn't gonna win because he fighting Swerve at Dynasty. Because they've been building that up. But for you to do that just on a whim, just because, you didn't just figure out Cody Rhodes is fighting Roman Reigns. at WrestleMania. So
Right.
so Samoa Joe should have been building both of those matches up simultaneously for that night and for tonight's match for Dynasty. So I don't they could have played that better.
Right.
Yeah, I think focus on some direction. Listen to the people around you because they've been doing it for a while. Now, Tony Khan, I heard great things about him as a human being. I don't know him personally, but I know he's a fan of the business.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm sure he's a smart businessman because he's involved, his family's involved in so much. But you know, take direction. It's a team. You know, it's a team thing because that whole video stuff that's on the booking. That's not on the stars.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the booking.
Yeah.
That's on the booking. And then one of the things we got to remember is that a lot of their current EVPs are wrestlers actively on the roster.
Yeah.
That's another play. You know, that's another spot that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like tonight, they face FTR, the Young Bucks, in a ladder match. Mm-hmm. Another show still in, you know. So right. Hopefully they'll get a result out of all that video stuff. And this match tonight, hopefully they'll get a result from that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that can win that, right?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that can win that. A good result from that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, AEW, I wish you the best. We wish you the best because we don't want you to fail. But we do want you to continue to make the business better and not just hanging in the weeds, hanging on old stuff.
Right, just trying to throw stones.
Yeah, man. I mean,
build your house. Stop throwing stones over the fence, you know.
And that was always my take on AEW from the beginning. Like, find your own identity. Like, grow your product, grow your stars. You know, find you. You know, because that's what's going to make it a compelling company, man. Because I think it's good for business either way that they're in the business. You know, because now you got, like you said, alluded to earlier, there's options. People can go there. I think it's got good potential to be something spectacular in the future, man. But they got to find their identity, and they got to let all this other stuff go. They got to.
Can I add one more thing? Can I add one more thing, brothers?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I think another thing they should do is when they have moments, big moments, they need to find that way to build off of that. My example would be, we known for months that Satan's going to have his last match. Months. Something should have been built from that. Mm-hmm. Has anybody seen Darby Allin since that match?
No.
I mean, seriously, I'm asking.
Yeah, no, I mean, he was on a mountain somewhere last time I thought. Climbing the mountain.
So now you got him, who was teaming with Sting pretty much that whole run for the most part. So now you got to figure out something with him. Mm-hmm. You know, so all these different facets here, I'm saying, you know, and I'm just a passionate fan, you know, who wants the best for the business. And you know, we're not like I said, we're not the ones who hopping on them, doing what's best for them. But you gotta take those moments like that when you get a lot of eyes on there, and when on that show add something else that can keep them going, keep them coming back. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
Because even WWE, in my opinion, it's hard for them to follow WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. Like after all that, you get a Raw, you get a Smackdown. You sometimes be like, man, everybody might be tired.
Yeah, I think that. That Raw and Smackdown was kind of flat, but now they're finding their rhythm now.
Yeah, you know, so it's like now you got to find that place. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, let's go professional wrestling.
That's what's up. Yeah. That's what
it's about.
Yep, we love professional wrestling, and you know, we love you, the virtual audience, the digital audience that we have. You know, so. This has been a great show. We want to end this show with what we call the Champions Moment. You know, we've covered a lot of things here on the Champions Corner, but we want to dedicate this Champions Moment to you, the viewers. There's somebody out there that may be watching right now, and you're thinking, man, I've hit my rock bottom moment, or I hit my place of a low place, or I've hit a place where I don't know what to do. I want to encourage you. We want to encourage you that there's still a champion way on the inside of you. There's something that you've been placed here on the earth to do, and we salute you for being a champion, the champion that you are. So we celebrate you. We thank you for watching the Champions Corner podcast. we want you to blow up the comment box on this episode. We want you to blow it up. Let us know, what you want to see us talk about, what takes you want to see us do. Thank God we didn't let RC get off on a tangent and get away and fool the digital audience with this whole charity case that he gave Seth Rollins on the last episode. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Maybe next time we'll dedicate the whole episode to the Paul Levesque himself. Who knows? Who knows? But we want to hear from you. Follow us on Facebook, Spotify. Follow us on all digital outlets. We want to hear from you. What should we talk about next? Or as Cody Rhodes would say, what do you say?
What do you want to talk about?
We want to talk about. This has been a pleasure talking to you today. Thank you for watching the Champions Podcast. Peace.